Oh, it's a biggie. Oh, that's a giant. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time since I've made a video. With the move up north and the new job, it's been tough to get out and fish tournaments, but we are here in Clear Lake, California. We're going to be fishing the California Bass Nation Western Wild Card Tournament tomorrow. I've finished my second day of pre-fishing today. Got up here late Wednesday night. Yesterday pre-fished, got out a little later than I wanted to on the water just because I've been fighting a sickness that I finally think I'm over now. But I'm just going to walk you guys through the 2 days of pre-fishing. I could throw some clips up, and then the rest of this video will be the actual tournament. So Thursday morning, threw the kitchen sink at him. For the first 3 hours, maybe even the first 4 hours, I didn't get a single bite. And then decided to do what I love to do and what I consider one of my strengths. I picked up a frog, started fishing any cheese mats that I could find, which there's basically none. Any heavy grass that's reached the surface that I could find, which is hard to find right now. It's just still a little bit early in the year for that stuff, and the water's very high this year. So I focused on the trees once the sun got up, and what I found with the shade from the trees is there is a consistent bite there on the frog if and only if there is enough wood in that shade. And what I mean by that is some of the areas that I found have trees that have fallen over and they are shaded by other trees, or logs in the water that is shaded by other trees. When I'm casting in those shade pockets that have that wood in the water, I'm getting a consistent bite. That's not easy to find, unfortunately. I haven't set hooks into these fish. All these fish that I've found, I've only set the hook twice all week. I'm getting a consistent 8 to 10 bites on the frog each day. The one thing that's got me a little bit nervous is my bites are coming late in the day, and this tournament is from 5 in the morning to 1 p.m. Most of my bites are coming around 1. Now, I don't know if that's because it's just the certain spots that I'm hitting around later in the day are better, and I'm getting those bigger bites later in the day. You know, maybe that bite is there an hour before that, but I'm not reaching it until later in the day. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for tomorrow. I've got those spots marked. I did swing on 2 fish, 1 each day, and of course I caught an absolute giant on Thursday, yesterday. One of probably the biggest frogfish I've ever caught. It was over 21 inches. Might have been over 22 inches. I didn't have my board, I didn't have my scale, but it was big. I wear a size 12, and it was close to 2 of my size 12s. You know, that's approaching 24 inches. It was a giant. And of course I'm kicking myself for setting on it, but it was predetermined, and I had already kind of half swung on one right before that. Kind of just by accident. I got excited and said, you know, I'd been getting bites all day on that frog, and it was like, man, I just want to catch one. So I half swung on the one before that, which was also a big bite, and then finally said, you know what, I'll swing on the next one. Swung on the next one, and that's the fish, unfortunately. The rest of the bites, they're all marked. I'll be back. And then, so that was day 1. Feeling confident about fishing the trees with some wood in the water, some structure in the water. Then later that day, I found something that I confirmed today. The primrose is very thick out here. I've punched it, and I haven't gotten any bites punching it, and I've punched it a lot. Throwing a frog in it, it's just so thick, and your frog can't penetrate through that primrose. There are areas, however, where the primrose has lanes in between it, and on top of the water has been duckweed. When I fish that frog through those lanes of that duckweed, surrounded by the primrose, scattered or thick, I'm getting bit and I'm getting big bites. That's where I caught the big one, and I caught one today which was over 20 inches in that same type of vegetation. Primrose, fishing the lanes in it with duckweed over it. Now, I don't get as many bites in that area or in that vegetation as I have in the wood, but I'm getting the big bites. That's what I've noticed. So I've marked those spots. I caught both the 20+ inchers. There's only certain areas in these primrose, in these fields of primrose, that I'm finding with that perfect amount of lanes and duckweed. So it's minimal. I'll probably recycle through it as the day goes on tomorrow, but it's holding the bigger fish, and I think that's going to be the key if I want to win this thing. So like I said, tomorrow's the tournament. We start at 5 a.m. I've already got, I've already showered. The rods are ready. Everything's ready. I'm just grabbing a bite to eat. And, tomorrow's the big day. The top 10%, which is, there's 110 people. So the top 11 will get a spot at the Kayak Bassmaster National Championship in 2025 in Texas. So that's the goal. I hope I could win this thing. I think I'm getting the bites in practice where I could pull 95 inches, and I think 95 is going to give me a shot to win. So we'll see. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Let's get to the tournament. Longer than I thought. All right, 17 and a quarter, guys. There she goes. Dude, you should have seen the one that came up and hit my frog. I shit my pants. I felt the weight on my line, I swung, and he wasn't there. Oh, man, he took that under and everything too. I had him hooked for a second, but it was small. Alright, we're gonna head back to the spot where I had the big blow up earlier. See if I can get that fish to come back out. Got one so far. It's 6:28, been fishing an hour and a half. I've had 4 bites, 5 if you count a crappie. This fish definitely had it for a little bit. Felt the line go tight, swung, and didn't connect. So it's right over here. It's in this, kind of near the edge, this mat. This is a good one if I can get him to connect. If I have to, I'll come back again later today. There we go. Take her. All my bites I keep getting on this side they don't seem like they're good fish. It seems like the bigger fish are on the other side, but the other side I don't get nearly as many bites. So right now I'm just trying to not panic. It would have been nice to have that giant already though. That one that hit earlier, gosh, I mean, I know exactly where the spot is, so it's like I'll revisit it. I revisited it once already for nothing, so I was like, all right, I'll give it more time. I'll come back later. Okay, that was a good one. Let's go. I hate when I say let's go. That's so cringy. That's what you get when you got kids though. Could be worse. I could be saying hook to a... Oh man, that was a fight. That was a fun catch. Okay, now comes the hard part. Get a few of those. Trip out here. embarrassing. I got 11. Oh, it's a small one. I don't know, it's gonna be 12. Probably not. I'm gonna find out though. Am I at the nursery or what? I know. Dude, I caught that 12 and I was like, I wonder how many people are gonna be like, what's he drop shotting? $11 and a half. No. Back in there, he never got to me. Let's go. Dude, I've got an alarm going off. Hold on. I got you guys on the phone, so I can't. I don't know. That's only a good one. I've caught 2 good ones in like the past 20 minutes. I got him. Good job. He's a shot. He's a freaking shot. This is you guys have to hang out.